welcome back on board the brand new Star of the Seas, Royal Caribbean's and the world's largest cruise ship. Now, it is day number 2. Matt is out filming the ship tour. It's a very big ship, so it's going to take a little bit of time. But me and you are going to have some fun in the meantime. And we have a Royal Caribbean friend next to us. Want to see who it is? She's a big one. And if we look down at the lifeboats, that's the giveaway. It's Symphony of the Seas. And we have a Royal Caribbean buddy next to us because we are at no other than Perfect Day, CocoCay. It's gonna be a day and it's perfect at CocoCay. And we are gonna get off the ship and have some CocoCay fun when Matt's done with the ship tour. But, like I said, that's gonna be some time, so let's do some other stuff in the meantime. So come along with me. Day number 2 begins right now. And I'm hungry like the wolf. The stairway art is very interesting, but it's just odd enough to make me really like it. Okay, before I get too going with this day here, I do want to get a little something to eat. Just kind of like a light pastry would be perfecto. I could go to the Windjammer to get that, or I could go into the Pearl Cafe and see if they got anything I want in there. I really love how you can go in the Pearl because the technology and everything like that, it's pretty insane. Here at the top of the Pearl is the Pearl Cafe, which has like some small kind of bites, coffees, cookies, that kind of stuff. I'm gonna see if they have anything I want here. Yeah, me thinks these muffins or croissants are calling my name. I got a croissant and a little fruit kind of tart thing. But look, I just saw this because they're bringing out lunch stuff right now, like sandwiches and everything. But look, they have these like grab and go salads and stuff. But look, they have like veggies and hummus and ranch and stuff. Those look good. And they do have really nice seating back here, like lots of comfy chairs and obviously like a beautiful floor to ceiling view. It is a little bit on the busy side right now though, so I think I'm gonna just go up those stairs there to Central Park and have a nice little park croissant. This is probably like my favorite like layout thing of the Icon class ships. You can go straight from the Pearl up these steps to Central Park. Oh yeah, this is the ticket. Birds chirping, greenery, people surfing, I guess, hanging 10, however you want to put it. Either way, this is lovely. Okay, so here is my general plan. This is really good, by the way. This is my general plan while Matt's out filming the ship tour. I think I'm going to try to do some of the water stuff on board today, because with everybody off the ship, I think it's going to be less crowded, like the slides on Thrill Water Park, as long as they're open. And definitely the Hideaway, because that pool gets really, really busy, and rightfully so, because it's a beautiful view. I think I might try to hit some of that stuff and have just a nice little aquatic time. Whoa, I just came through the promenade. They're doing rehearsals for a new promenade show, Ocean Odyssey. Oh, look at the jellyfish. They're so colorful. A stingray, a skating stingray. As tempting as that parade is, it is a gorgeous day outside, and by gorgeous I mean hot. So I'm gonna go get my swimsuit. All right, I'm suited up, and I'm heading to Thrill Island first, because we're gonna hit some slides. Whoa, brief intermission from the slides to show how pretty Perfect Day at CocoCay looks today, and look, the balloon's up. A rare sighting has occurred. So this whole Funtivities area is called Thrill Island. Now the water park itself is called Category 6 Water Park because there's 6 slides to have fun on. Before we start riding and stuff, some general information about all the water slides. You are not allowed shoes of any kind on the water slides. Doesn't mean if they're strapped, doesn't mean if they're flip-flops, can't do it. You have to put them in these barrels before you go up the stairs. And just like how there's no shoes, there's also no glasses, no hats, no loose articles. I'm able to film
because we're here for a preview sailing, that you will not be able to take your phones or GoPros no matter what straps you have. So don't take anything with you on the water slide except for yourself. Also, there are going to be height and weight restrictions for every single slide, and I'll go over what they are for each individual one as we go. Also, you must take a stair, multiple stairs, to get to all the slides. There are no elevators available. All right, now let's start checking these off. First one we're gonna hit is Storm Surge. Storm Surge is a raft ride. It can hold up to 4 people, but just one person can ride as well. You have to be 48 inches and a collective weight of 595. Storm Surge is going to be the green tube you see taking off from this tower. And as Storm Surge wraps around, you end up hitting this like half pipe, quarter pipe, I don't know the angles of it, but either way you do a big up-de-doo and then keep going down. Be a raft ride, can hold 4 people as well, or just one if you're by yourself. Also need to be 48 inches and also a collective max weight of 595. Hurricane Hunter is also in this first tower. It's the purple tube, and you can see it swirls and does like a little whirlpool thing here and wraps around. What's cool is if you're by yourself, you have one of those big tubes all by yourself and you lay back in it, which is kind of wild, but it was pretty cool. Last slide in this first tower is Pressure Drop. Pressure Drop is a 1-person body slide. You must be at least 52 inches to ride and a maximum of 300 pounds. Pressure Drop is the last slide in this first tower, and it is that yellow slide that you can see just goes straight down, and that's all there is to it. The last slides are going to be over here in this second tower, and we're going to start with Storm Chasers. This is a 2-for-1 special. 2 slides, both mat slides, and you must be 48 inches to ride, 300 pounds, and only 1 person at a time. And because both Storm Chasers are mat slides, you need to come over here, grab a mat, and then take it over to the stairwell and walk it up to the slide. Luckily, they are made out of foam. They're super light, so it shouldn't be too hard to carry up the stairs. Is going to be Frightening Bolt. Now, Frightening Bolt is a drop floor slide. You must be 52 inches to ride and a max of 300 pounds. And only 1 person can go at a time for that one too. Now, like I mentioned, Frightening Bolt is a drop floor slide. So you're gonna go straight down in this orange tube and you're gonna swirl around a little bit before you eventually hit the bottom. And as much as I like to show you guys as much as possible, I will not be riding this slide today. And before someone writes it in the comments, no, it's not because of what just happened on Icon with their frightening bowl. That is not my issue. I just don't like drop slides. Pressure drop was enough for me. I don't like my floor getting taken away from me. Just my personal opinion, I never do those slides. So that's why I'm not doing it. And that is a wrap on the water slides. Those were super fun. I think Storm Surge is my favorite, the one with the woo. That one's fantastic, but really all of them are great. And with everyone out at CocoCay, I didn't wait for any of these slides once. I could go over and over and over again and not stop if I wanted to. So with that said, if Thrill Water Park out on CocoCay really isn't in your budget, you can't spend any more money on that, but you want to do some water slides, just stay on board on CocoCay Day and hit all the Category 6 slides multiple times. It's kind of like having a water park to yourself. I was just about to leave Thrill Island before I forgot the most important thing that you will see in this water park. A little banana slippery floor sign. All right, now that that little PSA is done, let's see how the Hideaway is doing. Not bad. It gets a lot worse. It is close to about 1 right now, so people are starting to come back on board, but still not bad for the Hideaway. Now, the Hideaway is at the very back of the ship, so you get like spectacular views. That, plus it's adults only, that's why it tends to get kind of crowded. And you gotta admit, with that view, it's hard to argue with people wanting to be here. Star of the seas, look at you from the outside. And we get to see CocoCay. CocoCay, balloon is up. It's a treat that we get to see the balloon.
That's pretty rare these days. Also for us right now, it's not a perfect day because it's gonna be like 2 hours. But
No!
a perfect portion of an afternoon at CocoCay. It's not quite as
Not quite as catchy. We'll work on it. We'll work on the lyrics.
On my knees. Ooh.
Barracuda. And look!
But oh, hello there. Did not expect to see you. Is this the first time we've seen an iguana here?
No, but it's the first time we've seen him on these rocks.
Hanging out with Barry. It's Barry and Iggy.
Iggy, good name. We do not have any major plans for this CocoCay Day or Coco Couple Hours days. We're gonna eat Skipper's Grill, our favorite, and then we're probably gonna get in the lagoon there, and then we're just gonna chill until it's time to get on the ship. A visit at Perfect Day wouldn't be complete until we saw the sand heart. It's pretty wild when Symphony looks small. And it does next to Star.
Hard to believe that was the largest ship in the world just, what, 7 years ago or so?
Not that long.
And now,
A lot has changed. After quite a short but yet warm day at CocoCay, I know the perfect way to top it off. Couple of refreshing sips at the Lemon Post Bar. We were absolutely obsessed with this place on Icon, and it looks like the menu's about the same, but the reason why we love it so much is because they have a large non-alcoholic menu, which suits us. Now, it does also have an alcoholic menu you can pick from as well, but since we're near the kids' like kind of splash area, they have a lot of non-alcoholic drinks. And actually, this looks new, a Snorkel Sam souvenir cup. Whoa, Snorkel Sam is a lemon? Who snorkels? What a fun little guy. And the only thing more fun than Snorkel Sam is a couple of adult-sized Capri Suns.
oh, gosh, though. Snorkel Sam is pretty cool.
Pretty cool, but
Scuba Steve.
I got a pink mermaid. What'd you get?
Cherry Lifesaver.
Plastic cheers.
We are back at sea. The sun is set and it is showtime. We're gonna try to catch the new show here in the AquaDome tonight. Now, AquaDome is just like the Aqua Theater on Oasis class ships, it's just more indoor. And the new show on board Star is Torque. I'm assuming it's going to have to do with engines and wheels and all that good stuff. Now, an important thing to keep in mind with the AquaDome is that there is not as much seating as the Aqua Theater that we know on Oasis class ships.
And with less seating available comes less reservations available to be booked. And we did not get a reservation to this. We are purely doing standby.
And how that works is that I think like about 30 to 45 minutes, if you have a reservation, you can start going into the Aqua Theater, picking out your seats. If you do not have a reservation, you're going to try to do standby. You have to wait until 15 minutes before the show starts, before they'll start letting standby people in to try to grab a seat.
It's not guaranteed at all. We're just going to kind of wait around and see if anything comes open, and we'll grab a seat if so. If not, then we're going to try to just do standing room and show you the show that way and show you what kind of perspective you have if you are just doing standing.
And they do have these little distinction lines here to show you where the actual Aqua Theater seating is and where you're not allowed to go past. So we're going to stand right here, have our standing spot, and actually it's not a bad view of the stage. So if we're allowed to stand here, it'll be a good view. As long as that guy sits down. It's about 5 minutes until showtime. The joint is now filled and we didn't get a standby seat spot kind of thing. Matt said that a standby line was forming like over here, like kind of behind the AquaDome theater thing. I'm not sure if there was one forming over on that side. Couldn't tell because we weren't over on that side. We just kind of stayed in this spot because we have a good view. We just have to stand, but we're capable of standing, so we'll just do that. But just for you to know that if kind of go towards the back, if you want to kind of be in the standby line that forms, and then you can file in and get a seat of what's left. Or you can do the standing like a lot of people over here are doing, or you can just work really hard and get that reservation, which I recommend the most. Pumping in time, everywhere the light flashes, the flag go up, and burning the earth will live up. The flags go down, the bands get up, and they get out of town. The arena is empty, except for one man still driving.
Shut up and drive.
Managed to save just a little bit of money. See the last day of the boys. I'm feeling that strap around my shoulder, and I think I have a feeling. So give me the green light, 'cause I'm ready to go. Oh, yeah. Give me the green light. What's that about the town? Like some people walk around. The stars is never bright. It's a distance, solar system. Travel home, but they don't listen. So I ask
Aqua show. They said that was the full 45-minute show. It was a 45-minute show. It was not the full show, I don't believe.
And the director came out before the show started, said that they're still in the creative process, so they're still adding stuff, but like they gave us a 45-minute show. And as I mentioned yesterday, all these shows that we're seeing are a preview. We did have to stop one time because of tech issues and stuff, so that's just going to happen when you're at a trade show thing. But I was very pleased we got like a full 45-minute show.
Yes, and as always, very good. You can't go wrong with an Aqua show because what they do is amazing. Theming I thought was actually really cool. I thought they picked a lot of great songs to match the theme.
I didn't realize there were so many songs about driving.
I know,
that
and
existed.
they didn't even do some famous ones like Life in the Fast Lane and stuff like that.
That's true.
But they picked some great ones. Now, if you're asking me Icon versus Star, I'd pick Aqua Action personally.
I agree. I like that one better, but I will say the theme of torque, like around cars and stuff, that theme came through and did better than I thought it was just when I heard the concept. Like,
Yeah.
I liked it way more than I thought. I knew I was going to like the talent, but I liked the theming more than I thought it was. So I think it's a really good show. I think it's kind of a draw between Aqua Action just based on like personality. It's just my personality leans Aqua Action, but this was really good.
Now, one thing I want to point out that carried over from Icon is the AquaDome is obviously awesome, but they use about the same volume that they do in the Aqua Theater on Oasis class ships, and that's open air. And if you have any experience with that, you know how incredibly loud that is. It gets ridiculously loud. My watch was going off with decibel warnings constantly. So just if you're sensitive to noise, keep that in mind. You might want to have some earplugs or something like that. Also, we had a little program in our room and I was doing some reading and it mentioned that this show is going to feature motorcycles. And I'm pretty sure that's what that is, right? That's like one of those steel cage balls where they can go around in circles when they get up to speed enough. Motorcycles. They didn't do that during this show, but I think that is part of the plan for the future. Alrighty, friends, that is going to do it for us. Day number 2 on board Star of the Seas. 3-night sailings are crazy. I said this to Chelsy earlier. The first day you wake up on the ship, the next day is the last day.
I know, and it's particularly crazy when it's a ship this big. It is like so much ship in a small amount of time. But we fit quite a bit in today.
Yeah, we did. And pretty much all of our work is done as far as touring and you can go see the rooms. We got those yesterday. Got the ship tour done today. Tomorrow's a day at sea, but there's a lot of fun stuff still coming. And the show we're most excited about, let's be honest. Come on.
Yeah.
It's time to go to 1985 and then to 1955.
And hit 88 miles per hour.
You're going to see some serious... All right, so that's going to do it. Like I said, be sure to check out the Star of the Seas playlist. All the videos will be found there. And if you're interested in coming on board Star of the Seas, any other Royal Caribbean vessel, of course, for travel agents, our services are completely free. It will never cost you any more to book with us than you would on your own. So reach out via the travel agent information. Find it in the description of this video. Transfer your booking to us if you've recently booked. That's also free of charge, so keep it in mind. Thanks for joining us for today. We'll see you back tomorrow for the final day on board Star of the Seas, day number 3. But until then, good night and happy travels.
I bet I know what was your favorite part of twerk.
Hit me.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me what I desire. Was that right?
That was pretty good.